Hello everyone. Today we'll be learning about the flowering plants. In our previous lecture, we've already done about the functions of the plant. Today we'll be just continuing with it. Okay. So what did we do in our previous lecture was we just studied in detail about the different functions of the plant. We learned about stems, flower, leaves and root. Just quickly revising it and then we'll be moving ahead. What does a flower do? Flower is a very important part of the plant because flower produce seeds. These seeds are then required for the living of other plants, for existence of other plants. So flower, what does the flower do? They produce seeds. Then comes the stem. Stem is a fleshy plant, or I must say a woody part. What does it do? It transports the different parts of the, it transports water and food to different parts of the plant. Then comes the leaves. Leaves, what do? They prepare food which is given to the different parts of the plant. And then the roots that absorbs water and the essential minerals and provide it to the plant. So this is what we can say are the different main functions of the plant, the parts of the plant. Okay, quickly moving. Here what we can see in this picture is how are the plants getting light and water? See, we all know just like our living beings, even plants require light and water for survival. In the absence of light and water, do you think the survival will be possible? No. The answer is a big no. Why? Because this water and sunlight is required to produce food. And if the food is not being produced, the plant will not survive. So directly or indirectly, we will conclude that sunlight and water is very important for the survival of the plant, because only because of them the plant is able to prepare its own food and thereby survive. So in this picture, we can say that it shows that the sunflowers are nice, they're shining in a bright sky. Again, we can see in the second part there's a rainfall over here. Both this methods of the climate, the nature is important to, it's important for the plant to grow. Okay. Here, what are we supposed to do is we'll be performing a small experiment. What is the experiment? It gives two parts to it, water and light. In first part, we will just predict that we will give water and we will give sunlight. So what will happen? The plant will grow nicely. But in the investigation 2, what are we going to do? Light. If we will not give light to the plant, and then we will observe and say what has happening to the plant. Okay. So as for our investigation 1, just quickly writing what are we going to do? It says water. Okay. So what will we do? Water plant regularly. Okay, so what will be happen if we water the plant regularly? We all can say the plant will grow properly. The plant grows well. This is the first investigation which is related to the water. What are we going to do? We'll be watering the plant regularly on a regular basis. Like we can say every day we'll be properly watering it. So what can we observe? We all will observe that the plant grows very well because it is receiving water on time. And then second investigation about light. We just try to experiment something different. What we'll do is we will close the plant in a cabinet, in a dark cabinet where the sunlight will not be able to reach. What will happen? The investigation will just quickly write is close the plant in a cabinet so that the sunlight do not reach. So what will happen if we do so? I predict that if the sunlight does not reach the plant for more than 4 days, the plant will eventually die. In the absence of sunlight, the plant dies. It may not die instantly, but within a week it will die. So what did we learn from this experiment is sunlight and water is very important for the plant to grow. Moving on to the next part of this chapter. Here again, here is a description that is given here about the plant is that same small sort of an experiment is being carried out where we are supposed to take two plants. These two plants, one plant you have to water every day and the other plant you have to not water it. So here there is a table given here. On the day one, both the plants look healthy. The one that has been watered and the one which is not been watered. But when it goes from day 2 to day 3 and day 4, what will happen? The plant that has not been watered will eventually dry and will die out. It's a very simple and a small experiment which we all can do in our homes and observe how water is important for the plant. Okay, so I think plants. So what will happen if the plant is being not watered for so many days? We can say that the water, if it will not be watered, it will die. Quickly just writing the conclusion. I hope it is very simple and a very logical thing. Just you need to clear your doubts and then you're ready to go. I think the plants will die without water in a week. Within a week, the plant will kind of shrink and will die. So how will the plants look? How draw how your plants look after 7 days and label them. See, we've got two boxes. So what we'll do here is first we'll make draw how your plants look after 7 days and label them. Okay, so we just try and make one a healthy plant and a okay. So what will happen to the plant that was healthy, which was watered every day? It will look healthy today also. So we'll be just drawing a simple diagram of a plant. Um, what will happen? The leaves will be green in color and to look healthy. Because it is being given water every day. See. And then we'll quickly draw a very nice blooming flower one on it, which shows that since the water has been given regularly, the plant is now grown very healthy. Plant looks more like a star. Just trying to draw it. And then we'll show a bunch of healthy roots. So here we can see since it has been watered regularly, it is a healthy plant. Just write it over here. Okay. And now in this box, I'll draw a plant which was not being watered. So now it has become unhealthy and it has dried up. It has died up. So what we can do is we all will draw a stem that is turned brown and some leaves that have even, kind of dried up, and the leaves are about to die. We'll not make those blooming leaves, we'll make some dye sort of leaves that have turned brown, and we'll show the roots also. But we can now easily distinguish between both the plants, and I will just write it over here that the brown one is a unhealthy plant. Okay, quickly moving forward. We have a small fill in the blank sort of a question that comes over here. We'll just try and solve it. When do you want to investigate something, we need to make a plan. So what is the answer? We need to make a plan. Whenever we are trying to investigate something, what are we going to do? We'll be making a plan. Investigation often starts with a cue. So what is a cue for you? It always starts with a question. See, we've got the hints over here. Just clear the screen and then you'll be able to see it clearly. Okay. See, we have the word bank over here, which say we've got options like question, prediction, plans, plan, and fair. So what will come here? Investigation often starts with a question. Writing it in the blank. Question. Question. Okay, our question was, do plants need water to grow? We can make suggestion about what we think will happen. This is called making a plan. So when we put all several questions and we try and investigate it, what will we call it? We'll be calling it as a plan. We need to make sure that investigation is a fair test. What is a fair test? A fair test is a test where all the assumptions are done properly. There is no loopholes in it. For this investigation, we make sure that the plants were of the same size. See, again, one very important aspect of a fair test is that whenever you conduct an experiment, whatever specimens you use should be same. See, what you can do is, we cannot use a one very healthy plant and another plant that is already dead. Then the experiment will not be called as a fair test. Why? Because we've taken two specimens that are different. So the test will not be called as a fair test. So when an experiment will be called a fair test is when you use the same sort of examples and conduct the experiment. So today we'll be ending over here, and then in our next lecture, we'll be continuing with our session. Thank you.